Chinese swimmers get caught cheating, and if the USA say anything else about it, they're going to pull the Olympics from 2034, I think it is. Yeah, they wilding. Yeah, that's the Olympics out here wilding. Absolutely out here wilding. I thought my sister was wild. No, the Olympics is wild. They out here wild. But yeah, I'll give an update on Mom in a minute and get into my whole little Charleston White rant.
I got you.
It ain't Cookman like family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, now granted, they in that other side of the family, you know. I ain't gonna say what mother say, but they on the other side of the family. But you're just not gonna run up on kinfolk and be like talking crazy. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, call Marlo real quick. For everybody that's here early, thank you for coming in early. Got a little baseball to talk tonight. Dallas Cowboys, because, you know, what would the NFL be without Dallas Cowboys? And the NBA contract.
What happened?
The NBA turned down TNT's offer. Hey, Marlo, we started, so I sent you the link. Whenever you're ready to pop in, you can pop in.
I'll get to the house about 10.
Okay. All right, homie. Be safe. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while. Hold on, wait. Before I start, because nobody's been able to hear me do this as we are approaching football season. But to kick off pre-football season,
Tom Brady.
It didn't play. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll get it later. If I have to say it myself manually, I'll do it later. But I would prefer just to hit the button. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is another one. We back. Let me take these glasses off. Feel better. My mama all right. It's another one. Gathering the Old Men Podcast. Myself, TP. Marlo is on the way. TP. Fans, for those of you who follow me on social media, my mom fell gravely ill a couple weeks ago, and I had to get into basically preparation mode to let my mother go be with the Lord. And I told the doctors, and it was with huge trepidation that, look, this is what me and Mama talked about. I understand her wishes. I don't want to be in the way of her wishes, so this is what we're going to do. And so they took the feeding tube. They took the oxygen tube that kept her breathing out. So here is how God worked and how I kind of don't like the hospital she in. Over the weekend, Mama apparently started breathing on her own with the tube in. Nobody called me when I was up there. Nobody told me. I'm just up there praying and crying and whatever. So I leave. And Monday, my aunt is up there and we are getting ready to have the tube pulled out. I don't want to be there because I'm not okay. My aunt is there, but the doctors are like, yeah, no, we're not doing nothing until you get here. So I was trying to get to the other side of Tampa. I had to do a U-turn. Y'all can't tell me nothing about how fast no Teslas go. This is not admitting I was speeding, but I did get back to the hospital in about 15 minutes. So I got to the hospital. They pulled the tube out. Before they pulled the tube out, the doctor, trying to walk me through everything. But what he was telling me and what I had heard from the neurologist was two different things. So now I'm confused. Because I'm like, wait, mama not brain dead? And the doctor looked at me and was like, no. She was breathing on her own this weekend. We had to make some adjustments, but she should be able to breathe, and we just don't know how long she's going to be able to breathe on her own. So we still had the DNR in place and all of that. So it still go left, but didn't know. Pull a tube out. Mama fine, coughing. Also, she had pneumonia that we didn't know about. So she's getting all of that out of her system. Me and my aunt there, just, taking everything in. I am both thankful and ready to put hands on a doctor who had me thinking that my mama was never going to get to that point. She ain't out of the woods yet, but I was a wreck. I ain't want to do business. I ain't going to do nothing. We didn't have a podcast Tuesday because after all of this, I was emotionally gone. I just needed to breathe. So we are 24 hours after they pull the tube out. They, get my mama up, get her moved around or whatever. Oh God, I swear to God, my mama rolled her eyes at me. So if she rolled her eyes at me because spiritually or whatever, she caught them Stephanie stories, I'm finna keep telling Stephanie stories till she get better.
You got to explain the Stephanie stories.
Okay, so Stephanie stories. My mother's name's Stephanie. And so I had been telling on Twitter and Facebook some stories about some funny stories, some historic moments with my mom. Some of the stories people think I shouldn't tell. But I tell one particular story because my daddy did not play about my mom. And on 22nd Street in St. Pete, at this pool hall, where I happened to be with my daddy that day, I found out that my daddy really didn't play about my mom. And so did this dude found out that my daddy really didn't play about my mom. So that was one of the stories that got a lot of traction. But it's a lot of stories. I ran away. I kind of told half the story. I'll tell the rest of it later on tonight. I ran away to Drum and Bugle Corps with the help of my aunt. And my mama called them people and let the people know if I went home in 24 hours, she was going to call the FBI. So it was those stories that I've been telling because it's a way for me to remember my mother differently than what she is now, if it makes sense. So it was both cathartic, historic, because, I don't know how long Twitter is going to be around, but if it's around long after I'm gone, at least my children and grandchildren will have those stories to take a look at it and kind of have some historical reference to. So that's all that was. But I'm very thankful for all the friends and some of y'all I consider family from Twitter, Facebook, with all the prayers. I thank you for all your prayers and love, because if it wasn't for that, your boy was in a rough spot. I went from pleading with God to lying to God. I was all over the place. So, but it was God. But that being said, my cell phone is my car key when I don't have my key card. And I didn't have my key card. So a lot of phone calls and a lot of messages that I missed. So the phone would be with valet at the hospital, and I would miss some stuff, but I would try and catch up later. And one of the things that I had caught up with and kind of looked at when I was, perusing what I had missed on Twitter was, Mr. Charleston White. I did not have no personal beef with Mr. White. And because we share the same last name, I really didn't really care too much for what he said and didn't say. But Mr. White thought it was okay to fix his mouth to say something negative about that school in Daytona. This is going to be an exclusive, y'all. Y'all ain't going to believe what I'm finna say. Y'all ain't. And some people have said it on Twitter. And I'm going to be clear on this. I don't care what rapper Charleston White talk about. I don't care what movie star he talk about. I don't care if he get hit by a Nerf bus 5 or 6 times. What I do know is you're going to quit talking about Old Bethune-Cookman University.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch?
Because I don't know where you touring and where you having fun and people telling you you can't go here, you got to check in. I don't know nothing about the check-in culture, none of that. But you're going to do a comedy show in the wrong place, in the wrong city in Florida. And them people going to have questions about their school. And they ain't wrong. Because if you can play football, it don't matter where the NFL, or no matter where you are, the NFL will find you if they put the effort in. So you can get discovered anywhere. It's a many of Florida State football players that don't make it to the league. It's a many of Florida State football players that don't make it to the Hall of Fame. You know what Bethune-Cookman got, though? They got a Hall of Fame football player that played on an undefeated football team.
They do.
Charleston White ain't never been to college as far as I know. He run around here claiming Jackson State because, you know, he who must not be named went to Jackson State for a little bit. Now he in the mountains somewhere. But he, you know, he run around Jackson State, this, whatever. Respectfully, keep Bethune-Cookman name out your mouth. Respectfully. Because we're not violent here, but you ain't going to get into the cookout. You ain't just going to be chilling in Publix and don't get unaccosted.
I mean, Charleston White has had some crazy takes as of late.
So, you know, do your thing, dog. Do your social media numbers, wherever you do them at. Leave Bethune-Cookman out your mouth. Because, again,
is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch?
I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Shout out to Theo B. All right, let's get to the show. Whew, I'm a little long-winded, y'all. Been gone for a while. I apologize. All right. Real quick, I'm going to post a link to Rickards High School. They're having a fundraiser. Earl Hankerzone, you can find him on Twitter. $5. Just donate $5. Every little bit helps. $5 at a time will go a long way. So if you can donate $5, that is absolutely great. So TP, somebody need to explain it to me. So in Olympic swimming, you can get caught taking performance-enhancing drugs, still compete, and the United States better not say nothing, or they're gonna take the Olympics. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Wait, say that again.
So the Chinese Olympic swim team has had several swimmers caught this year cheating, and they get to participate in the Olympics.
Damn.
Oh wait, and the best part about it is, and you better not say nothing, or we're gonna take the 2034 Olympics from y'all. Winter Olympics, by the way.
I suggest you kiss my ass quick.
So I take it we have the next Olympics. Well,
2034, I think it's like two Olympics away. 2034 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, I believe.
Okay.
So I just,
So we can't say nothing, or we're gonna lose the Olympics.
Yeah, we better not say nothing. We better not. And you better not say nothing either. For real. We now know why Troy is not the Olympic or the Team USA Olympic president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's some reasons why. Because I'm gonna say something. I don't know about these other people, but I'm gonna say something without a doubt. Without a doubt. So there's that. Quick update: the women's USA soccer team has already won their first round match with the opening group play win against Zambia, 3-0. Miss Rodman, Dennis' kid, has been playing well. I think this is her 5th gold medal. I'm sorry. This is her first gold in Olympic play. So she's doing quite well. But,
I mean, I'm just excited to see the sprints. I'm there for the 100, the 200, even the 4x1. I need all that.
TP, right? You're right to the shits.
Yeah,
right.
Give me to the run. I want to see Shakari and Noah Lyles bring home some gold medals. That's what I want. What about you?
I want to see Noah win, but is it wrong that I want to see him win by a lot? Like, I don't want to see him just, he just won. No. I need to see the same celebration when he had in them quarters where he was celebrating 20 yards out. I need all that.
Nah, I don't need him celebrating. I want the world record. We trying to beat Usain Bolt. You ain't gonna beat Usain Bolt by dancing.
Is he? We got to be realistic. Noah is a 200 tactician. Ain't nobody messing with him in the 200. His only problem is the start of the 100. If you can beat him in the start.
I mean, what have they been doing all summer since the Diamond League? He's been working on his get off.
Yeah. I want to see him fry everybody in the field. If he gets a world record, beautiful. But I want it to be every sprint, 100, 200, 400, 100 hurdles, 400 hurdles. Every single sprint, hell, even that, we ain't going to do the 800. I would love for the 800 to be in there, but we
That's not tech. Anything after a 400 ain't a sprint.
No, 800 is technically middle distance, but
Yeah.
I would just can we please? Oh man, if we ever dominate that, it's a wrap. But
Probably
all the sprints, it shouldn't be nothing but USA from all the sprints.
So you think Jamaica fell off?
I don't think Jamaica fell off. I think it is time for us to rise up against Jamaica. Jamaica for the last 12 years has been bullying people like they're the Russians. And come on, at some point you gotta fight back. You just can't let the bully just knock you around, especially when the big bad bully done retired. Like the moment the big bad bully retired, it should have been on and pop. It should have been no question. Now we had we had a dude from Italy become the Olympic gold medalist in a sprint. Now, if you watch the documentary on Netflix, they called this man out and called him a fluke. And then he turned around, injuries and everything else. He turned around and proved to everybody that he wasn't that guy. He was not that guy. And they were openly calling him a fluke, and he did not fight back. He looked like a fluke.
There was nothing he could say. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you won. And when we looked at when you won, it was by the slimmest of margins. First of all, you didn't just outright destroy everybody. And I get what comes with winning. You get the accolades, you get the following, you get the endorsements. You can get all that. But at the end of the day, you're not that guy.
He not.
And I think people were really tired of the excuses, and he had to run. And then he showed everybody that he wasn't that guy, and then blamed it on the fact that he had been hurt. Like, I thought you was healthy though. So what is it? Is this just going to be a perpetual thing where you're always hurt? Because that tells me that you're probably not that guy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what has to do with your preparation is how well you take care of your body and avoid injury. And if you're not training properly, that is one way that you are going to be missing time because you're going to be hurt. But every year is something. And now we right back to the Olympics. So he's the last 100 gold medalist, right? And he's not even competing, is he? It tells you everything you need to know.
But it's I'm gonna keep the thing going. I am definitely gonna keep this whole thing going. I don't have my BBL Drizzy song. I'm hurt that I ain't got it. But don't worry. Week 1, when we start the prelims, don't worry. The very next week, it's gonna be in effect.
Hey, right now it's fuck everybody.
For real.
It's fuck everybody.
TP.
I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but you know what I mean.
What was I gonna say? Okay. Real quick. Neighbor Lady was in town last night. And I completely forgot and did not go see her, Missy Elliott, Timberland. They was all here in Tampa, and I didn't go see Neighbor Lady. I'm disappointed in myself. That would have been an interview.
You ain't mad.
What you mean I ain't mad? I'm mad. That should have been an interview. That should have been an interview. And could you imagine if I'd have got that interview Y'all wouldn't have been able to tell me that until I got the Jill Scott interview. That's what I want. The Jill Scott interview? Hey, Jill. What's up?
It's your boy.
It's your boy. I just need that interview. That's all. I just need that interview. But yeah, they was in here. They was here last night. It was from what I heard, it was a really good concert. So shout out to Neighbor Lady, I'm sorry. Shout out to Neighbor Lady. Shout out to Mr. Neighbor Lady. Week 8, he will be on the bench.
Hey, the backup looking good in practice.
When I tell you week 8, y'all don't believe me.
It might be sooner than that. The backup is looking good. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I know we are fan oriented. I know it'd be some hyperbole in what we say, but we really do watch football. We really do pay attention to what's happening. And I have been saying it for a while. Russell is on a decline. He's not the same guy that he was. And every day it's showing. The one thing that's undefeated, Father Time. You ain't gonna beat him. And it's catching up.
So, and we talk about longevity of quarterbacks. Most quarterbacks have the potential of having long careers if they are really good. But what goes into that is your skill set. Because certain skill sets naturally decline. This is just the way it is why running backs don't last a very long time. When you're a quarterback who relies on your feet, your career is going to be based on whether or not you can still pass the ball once you are no longer able to use your feet. Now, he can still buy time. He can still improvise, but he's nowhere near as scary of a runner as he was when he was winning Super Bowls in Seattle. He is far removed from that. And he's 5'10". So, if he's not able to take a page out of Drew Brees' book and learn how to actually throw the ball from the pocket, not running around, anticipating coverages, because there's nobody in the history of the NFL that anticipated coverages better than Drew Brees. He couldn't see his fucking receivers. So unless you're able to develop the ability to anticipate without improvising, we're going to see Justin Fields, who can move with the best of them. He was the best running quarterback in the NFL last year. He had more rush yards than any other quarterback, including Lamar Jackson, your MVP. But his struggle was he didn't have the receivers. He was inaccurate at times, inconsistent, fumbled the ball. Didn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he did fumble the ball. So Mike Tomlin not going to have that. First thing he teaches ball security.
Mm-hmm.
And if Justin Fields can understand that concept, along with the good players that they have on that offense with George Pickens and Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, they have a pretty decent offensive line led by Mason Cole in the middle. They have the potential to have a very good season, coming off of a 10-win season that he did with Mason Rudolph and small hand Kenny Pickett. So you tell me whether or not you think the Steelers got better. I have to say absolutely yes. But that all depends on whether or not they're going to weather the storm with Russell Wilson. Because if Russell Wilson starts to struggle and struggles early, Mike Tomlin has to make the executive decision and moving on to Justin Fields, moving on to the future. Y'all brought him in as a future. Y'all brought Russell Wilson as a veteran and somebody that can start today. But if his starting isn't leading to wins, then the move has to be to Justin Fields. That's why I say it might be before week 8. But it depends on their schedule. It depends on how well the players respond to Russell Wilson's leadership or lack thereof?
So I've been doing a lot of reading, and I've been reading a lot of articles from college to NFL. And what I am reading, and I'm going to Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs, and the Cincinnati Bengals do not.
From what I've seen in the training camp videos, that offensive line still does not block.
So I'm sorry.
And Cincinnati's pass rush ain't that good. So y'all are losing against middle tier pass rushers.
So look,
they're gonna have to go see Adafi Oweh up in Baltimore, Myles Garrett in Cleveland, and Cameron Hayward over there in Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati might be the last in the division. Like, do y'all understand? Like,
dead ass.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. Them three might make the playoffs.
Nick Chubb back, Deshaun Watson back. This is a team that went to the playoffs without them last year. So clearly they are a better offense going into the season than they finished the season. But there's so many variables. This is why I love football, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get to some NFL stuff in a little bit. Make sure we get to it. So another thing that I saw, and it's kind of difficult when you're in the hospital trying to like watch sports news with the volume real low. You don't really get all the details, so I gotta like run to the car later on and read the story. TP, there was no hitter in baseball. Dylan Case throws the second no-hitter in Padres history. I was like, oh, a no-hitter? Oh, that's something to talk about. Because I don't know who this dude is. Like, I'm sorry, Dylan Keese. I want to make sure I say his name right. Dylan Keese. I don't know. Like, I'm happy for him, but at the same time, baseball is so bad right now that the only other thing to talk about is them sorry ass Rays doing the fist pump, keep fighting bullshit. Y'all can do that, but y'all can be good human beings and support the LGBT community, which in St. Petersburg is your growing demographic. So if that's your fan base that's increasing, you can insult them by doing that, and then you're going to turn around and ask these people to fund your damn near $1 billion stadium. And I've seen people, and TJ Pinger is one of them. Great writer on Florida State sports topics. Basically, he's a Lutz guy. He lives in Lutz, so he has to drive an hour. If you live in Lutz, you're gonna drive an hour even if it was in downtown Tampa. But that's another story for another day. He lives in Lutz, and he complained about the drive over to St. Pete. And my thing is that where else you was gonna put a stadium? You couldn't put one in downtown Tampa because Jeffrey Vinnick, who put his own money to build a Lightning and all the real estate around that Lightning arena, Amalie Arena, put his own money up. You was going to just give the Rays money when they don't spend any money on payroll? Even their farm system is crap now. What are we talking about here? I'm sorry. And I'm from St. Pete. I'm still not going to support them losers. And they losers now in every fashion. On the field, antics, and off the field. Because you got to do, in the Dominican Republic, get ready to go on trial for some stuff that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to talk about the Rays while I'm all the way here, but they deserve all the smoke. All the smoke.
Is that
Miss
still
Parker,
your daddy? Is that still your daddy Rays?
if my daddy was alive right now, my daddy would be cussing something serious. But them still my daddy Rays. Them still my daddy Rays. Miss Parker, I apologize right now. One of the things that when I, ran to the car to try and catch up on stuff, Kaylee's, why are you causing problems in people's relationships? Why you got people out here trying to get their passports to go to Africa? Because all these videos of Africa look absolutely amazing. And then you put her son Kiss behind in the middle of these beautiful landscapes in Africa. I know the beach one. I know a shark's out there. I seen Shark Week. But she make it look like it's the most serene, beautiful thing. But we just seen Shark Week where the things is killing seals. But I want to go. I'm just saying. Y'all check Kaylee's out. She's something else. Step off that ledge. So it's been some media days going on. And apparently the MEAC didn't learn from last year about effing with Howard. Y'all need to leave Howard alone. Why would y'all pick them so low? Why?
I ain't got nothing else to do.
It's only 6 teams playing football in the conference. But that's the conference champion. That's like me picking Michigan to lose to Fresno State. And I stand on that. But why would y'all just... They picked, let me make sure, I think they picked South Carolina State to win the conference. I'm gonna have to go pull this up on my cell phone because it's running a little slow. All right, so Howard last year had a 66 record, and contrary to the writer writing this, I believe they were picked fourth in the division. So, granted, they are not as strong as they were last year, but. And I know I follow some Morgan State people, but I'm sorry, it's still got to be Howard, North Carolina Central, Morgan State, Norfolk State. Or you know what? I'll take that back. I will take Howard, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, Morgan, only because it's been so much hype about Morgan State. We don't have the history of them playing well and winning conference titles for a while. Once I see something in the season, maybe I'll change my mind, but this is where I'm at right now. Those are your top dollars of the conference. Mm-hmm. And to sit there, and maybe it was for dramatic effect to sit there and disrespect Howard like that. I don't know. But I'm sorry. I was asked to apologize about the K-Lease rant. My significant rant on K-Lease. I got to think about that, TP. Chat, let me know if I need to apologize about my K-Lease rant. Anyway, But getting back to the MEAC, we just saw this team last year who defensively was strong. Nobody thought they would make it to the Celebration Bowl. And nobody definitely didn't think they would beat what looked like the other participant in the Celebration Bowl by 50. Nobody thought they was going to hang 50 on North Carolina Central. But Howard is a petty squad. Wait a minute, what am I talking about? TP. Hit me out on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Howard, who the vice president of the United States, who was there last year to see her squad lose in the Celebration Bowl. Howard, who the vice president of the United States is an alumni of Howard.
Yeah.
This might be their year. You know what? They got a lot going on. The Mecca, they got a lot going on. I think they're going to win the MEAC. I don't think they're going to win the national championship, but I think they're going to win the MEAC. Yep, I'm stepping out there. I did. Way too early. I just picked them.
You say they gonna win the MEAC.
Yep.
And what? So because
it's the petty factor. They are petty people.
So because Kamala is running, that gave them the juice.
You know how like sometimes the momentum of life will take an average squad and make them great. Like, remember when that Notre Dame team that they had no business going to the national championship game, went to the national championship, and then Alabama let them know that they ain't like that? This is another one of those situations. Like, the wind is literally at Howard's back, pushing them through. Everybody's doubting them like last year. They keep calling them bougie and an academic school and all this other stuff. Like, the disrespect has been real. And they don't take kindly to disrespect.
No, they don't.
So, yeah, I was cool with them being second, but not no more. No, I think they win. I think they win the MEAC. I could be crazy, you know. It could be.
Let's get MEAC Mike in here to see how he feels about it. I would. You know what? Never mind. I digress. Never mind.
Because he don't talk about the national treasure and all of that. Like MEAC,
it'll get ugly.
It'll get real ugly. Again,
we'll be so off topic.
For real. Again, if Morgan had more offensive firepower that produced, I would be concerned. It's not like they brought in a ton of FBS talent coming in that just was off the charts. So the quarterback, from my understanding, got injured last year that should have been their quarterback the whole season. If he can make it through the whole season, maybe it's a different story. But right now, I got Howard. The Black national champion started practice today, and they on a mission. They was picked second to win the SWAC. Let's pick second in the East. I'm sorry, which is crazy. This right says she won't watch the episode. They picked them second. So yeah, we there isn't a plan to have him on right now. I gotta do my debate research before I have him back on, because he'll say some stuff and my brain will catch up with it later and I'll be mad that I didn't address it. So yeah, I got to do some research before I have him back on. But getting back to the sweat, FanDuel. Getting back to FanDuel. FanDuel has absolute course. Love this internet. FanDuel has filled a lot of holes. It's just a matter of getting them to jail over the next 25 practices, or 24 now. Practices before they play in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. And hopefully we will be at the presser for the SWAC MEAC Challenge. We're just waiting on the window to open so we can apply for the credentials. Shout out again to the SWAC for inviting us to Media Day. We did not get a chance to apply for the MEAC, but next year we will. Shout out to the ACC for not even inviting the boys to the Media Day, even though we applied months in advance. So, if you felt like you didn't appreciate what we said about the ACC, completely understand. However, an email saying, hey, we're not inviting you to Media Day would have been appreciated. So I don't want nothing bad to happen to y'all. I just want y'all to know that we still going to be here being fair to the ACC until it implodes. That probably ain't going to get us invited to Basketball Media Day, huh?
Probably not.
I didn't try, man. I do my best to be on my best behavior. I act right, so whatever. Anyway, TP, are you ready? Based on the reports that I'm getting out of Raider camp in California, yes, we're having Raider camp in California. I want my Raiders to take a shot at Dak Prescott next year.
What? Come on, cuz. Just draft one. Is drafting a quarterback out of the question?
Gardner Minshew threw 2 interceptions in practice.
I mean, you're gonna see a lot more of that in the season.
You know who don't throw interceptions? Aiden. You know who don't throw 30 passes a game? Aiden. Listen.
So you willing to bet the future on Aiden O'Connell?
The future?
The right now.
We gonna make the playoffs averaging 15 passes a game.
Y'all not making the playoffs.
We're making the playoffs.
The Raiders
book it.
Not
making the playoffs.
The Raiders will not be in the playoffs. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I just rather, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather just keep it real.
I suggest you kiss my ass quick.
Y'all, do y'all see what I have to see? Do you see? The Bucks, they ain't making the playoffs. That we know. Because I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons are gonna win the NFC South because they have mediocre quarterback play. But getting back to my Raiders. No, it's too many weapons. And Gallup, was it Gallup? Michael Gallup Jr., he has retired. Apparently,
I saw that.
Signing the contract and actually playing games were too much for him, so he retired. So, yeah. But we have weapons on the outside. We got a tight end. We got a good running back. So that's why we didn't have a problem letting Josh Jacobs go. And that offensive line has no problems run blocking. So that's not the issue. The issue
y'all have
is
no quarterback. You cannot
I
win.
know.
You cannot win in this league without an elite or at least decent quarterback, unless
That's what I'm saying.
unless you're a magician like Mike Tomlin, because I still don't know how the fuck he did it.
Here's how we go to the playoffs. We run the ball, play action pass, and again, 15 passes a game, 20 passes a game. We win. If we have to throw 35 passes a game,
No loss.
do you understand?
Because you're talking about. See, here's the thing about passing the ball a lot. If you passing the ball a lot, and you're not really a passing team, that tells me that you're playing from behind. You're trying to catch up. Now, if that's just your offense and you do it at a high percentage because you use the passing game as an extension of the run, then I can understand, because you're talking out of 35 passes, 20 of them might not go 15 yards downfield. You know what I mean? So quarterback should have a high percentage in that 60 to 65% range. But if you're throwing 35 passes a game and you're not a passing team, I would probably predict your passing percentage to be 55 or less. And that's the problem. If we want to bring the analytics into this, just start talking numbers.
And that's the problem, if was a fifth. Or as Mo would say, if your uncle, if your auntie had a penis, she'd be your uncle. If I wasn't hearing about interceptions, speak of the devil, he has entered the stage.
There it is.
What happened?
We're talking about the Raiders. If Gardner Minshew wasn't throwing interceptions,
he just hit him with your famous if analogy.
If he wasn't throwing interceptions, I wouldn't have an issue. I would be cool. Like, don't throw interceptions. Check it down. Let's live to fight another down. And again, I want to be very careful. I don't know the parameters in which he was throwing interceptions. We aren't there, so I don't know the parameters. But if it's 4 down linemen and just a basic pass play, and the pass rush is overwhelming the offensive line, I got an issue. And I know who on the offensive line. I ain't crazy, but I got an issue. If you throw interceptions and they're long bombs and you under the rest, okay, what up? But we just talking about keep the chains moving, play action pass, and you throwing interceptions? No, man, no. Absolutely not. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I am not above going after Dak Prescott in the offseason.
What?
First off, nobody who has Baker Mayfield as their quarterback can judge me.
Oh, we judge him. Well, I don't have it here, but I'm definitely judging.
I don't even know what happened. Like, you went from, oh, we good, we gonna be in the playoffs this year, to we gonna go out the deck in the offseason.
I said I wouldn't be above it. As a fan, if the organization said, you know what, Dak is a free agent.
Bro, tune changed fast, don't it?
Fast. Like, that was a heated, quick.
Bro, training camp only been going for 2 days. You want to talk about jumping ship while the train is still loading?
Let's talk about jumping ship. I know what we need to do to win. But
no, you jumping ship on the quarterback. Because at first you was like, oh, Gardner made some plays. I can deal with Gardner. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to do enough to win football games. 2 days in the training camp. Oh, no, get Aiden in there. Nah, we need Aiden.
I know he ain't gonna turn the ball over. I cannot deal with
2 days. Not even this ain't even the end of the second day.
I think
this ain't even the end of the second day. He is jump ship.
You have done the Buccaneer franchise a favor by being a fan for the Raiders. Because if we had to deal with this kind of hate and you were a fan, oh my God.
Damn. Look at your face.
He can't even say nothing. That's the crazy part about it.
I am not at games threatening to jump into the tunnel. I ain't that guy.
I ain't gonna go in the tunnel because it's a whole lot of them. I just want a head up fade on the field. Security and everybody in the tunnel. Who want to go in there? Not me.
Nah.
Whatever.
But I did say I'm not above going over there and see who got some fight in them. Somebody got to show some damn fight. I'm just saying.
All right. So Marlo, we kind of touched on it briefly while he was gone, but I picked Howard to repeat as MEAC champions again because the coaches picked them to be like fourth in the conference.
The coaches picked them?
Yeah, the preseason. I think the preseason poll is the coaches poll, right? That's the coaches picks, right? Coaches, ADs, all of that. So they picked them to be fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Now, see, I don't keep up with Howard like that, but it didn't seem like they had a whole lot of seniors on their team. Like if they were turning a lot of the players from last season.
Let's look at their roster.
I'm perplexed.
I'm looking at, and it's just cursory. I'm looking at juniors, redshirt sophomores, juniors.
There should be quite a few seniors on that team.
You are right. You are correct, sir.
So I'm not understanding.
A lot of freshmen on the squad.
I'm not understanding where they get they. And the coach is a spiteful one. They gave him some bulletin board material. He want to run the score up on them just because.
Yes, I mean they got some freshmen, but it's not their top tier.
Yeah, no.
When we have Josh on here, we'll ask him some in-depth questions. It's gonna be biased though because Josh is NCCU. So
Josh is who?
HBCU nightly, Josh.
Okay.
Remember, he's from NCCU. Joshua Sims. He's an NCCU alum. Sorry, y'all, with the brain fart. But when we have him on, we'll get his 2 pieces about it. But yeah, like let's just take the whole analyzing of football aside. As a fan of football and all the stuff around football, I think I'm back now. Why y'all keep poking that bear? Or maybe I'm not back. Anyway, why y'all keep poking that Howard Bear? Like, Howard Bison, not to be confused with Morgan State Bears, because I don't want no smoke. Because them two on Twitter, I don't know if you can do a Twitter drive-by, but at one point earlier this year, they was hooraying on Twitter. And the young lady that I call her Big Sis Rowe, she has taken a sabbatical from the football back and forth until I think next week. Because her, Miette, Mike, Banks, they was hooraying. They was hooraying. Like, yeah.
Interesting.
The National Treasure versus the Mecca. It was what a time to be alive. And just
You said the National Treasure.
That's what they have described Morgan State to me. I have not asked the question of what it means.
Did you say Morgan? Morgan State as the National Treasure.
Hold on, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and put this out here. Let me put this disclaimer out there because I want everybody to know it was not me.
It's me. I don't give a damn. Morgan State as a National Treasure. Morgan State. They ain't even a treasure in their damn state. Morgan State. Oh shit. I need that one. Man, I had a long day at work.
Ain't Morgan State the school that was on Drumline with the hat? Dude with the hat. Wasn't that Morgan State?
I think that's who they were supposed to be. Because the 100 turned that road down. They said they're not gonna lose on purpose.
I'm just talking about the school, the name of the school that they was going against. Wasn't it Morgan State?
It was. I can't remember the name of the school.
But you saying they gonna win?
Morgan State ain't finna. They gonna win first to be last.
Damn.
Them motherfuckers so sorry. Do they still have a football program?
We know they got a band program.
They needed the money. They needed the damn money. What are you doing?
I want to make something very clear. At Fat Mouth Sports, we strive to alienate every possible fan group that we run across.
No.
Even on purpose. It literally is just accidental.
It ain't no accident. I intentionally say they suck. Ain't no goddamn accident. This is all on purpose. And if y'all think I'm saying it by accident, I'm not. Fuck it.
I'm not.
I don't give a damn about no Morgan State. What y'all gonna do? Win a football game?
I dare you.
I double dog dare you.
That is actually funny.
Oh shit. Oh man. I this is gold. Morgan State National Treasure. Shit.
What happened to Howard? Well, you say they're gonna win the MEAC.
Howard, no, I'm just saying. He said Troy said that them two was going back and forth. I think you did Howard a disservice. You made Howard punch down to get into a back and forth with Morgan State. That's just like arguing at that crackhead that asked you for $1. Ain't no winning that. Oh my gosh, that shit is hilarious. Oh man.
I don't think he liked that too much.
I ain't in this. I just want to make sure it's clear that I ain't in this. I ain't start this. I ain't finna be dealing with these drive-bys. I am not.
Ain't no drive-by pull up. Give a fuck. What they gonna do? I give zeros about a bitch getting mad at Morgan State. They really need to understand that. Do better. If you don't want me to say nothing, do better. Shit. Are they even ranked amongst HBCUs?
I'm gonna look.
I'm not talking about the football program. I'm talking about the university itself.
Oh
If they
my
want to talk
God!
about so goddamn national treasure, you have to have done something. Oh shit! I digress. My bad. Sorry, not sorry. That was funny. Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
My bad.
What happened, TP? All right. Wow. Pour out a moment of silence for Morgan State after Marlo just sprayed them up for no reason at all. We wasn't.
Oh, it definitely was a reason. They said
Where's the next
the
topic?
national treasure.
Where's the next topic?
That's the damn reason right there. They said national treasure. I don't ever remember there being a track meet or anything that we ran in Morgan State at the school.
I'm really letting him go on for like 10 minutes, going in on one school.
I'm just really trying to think. Like they in Baltimore. And they claiming national treasure over Howard. Like I would say Howard has more prowess than Morgan State.
So I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I know a whole bunch about Morgan State when it comes to football, because I don't. I know more about Morgan State, Coppin State, and all of them back in the day when FAMU was in the MEAC with basketball. That's what I know them from. However, I don't want Marlo to continue to take shots at them when they're not allowed to defend themselves. Also, I realize that I cannot have somebody from Morgan State and Marlo on here at the same time. That is not going to go well.
Why not?
Yard talk. There is a whole clip that we will never let see the light of day.
I don't
Never
even know what
heard.
you're talking about. I like Young Talk. Yeah,
TP.
well, I think that this is a forum where we can agree to disagree. And if I don't agree with your stance and prowess and the things you may say, and I express myself with my lack of understanding about the something you may say, am I the villain? Am I he who has sinned cast the first? He who has not sinned cast the first stone. I'm just saying, man.
Okay.
I was cordial.
All right. So, update on our Bucks media credentials. They have not come in, and I'm not sure why.
I'm going to spring train. Not spring training. I'm going to camp next week.
You know what? I'll go with you. I want to pull up and find out why we don't have our media credentials.
Here we go with this shit.
I think it's a fair question.
Mm-hmm. I think I should ask. They know I like them.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I don't know.
I am a perfect gentleman in the street. Don't do that.
You the one started antagonizing the 300 plus pound defensive lineman. Which is not a good business decision.
I saw Ndamukong Suh at Best Buy. I spoke to him and kept him pushing. There was no antagonism at all.
What about Mr. McCoy?
Huh?
Yeah, okay. If you can harm, you can heal.
I think my comments about Mr. McCoy may have been misconstrued in a fashion that
What? Indeed. When you tell somebody they can't play dead in a cowboy movie, how can you mistake that? Wow. That is absolutely amazing.
I don't. You know what? We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Yeah, you need to pull up on that one because that was the mild stuff you said about him.
Why?
Where the lie at in it? Ain't no lie in that. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'd do that too, bro. Yeah.
Again,
If there is no defense, silence is usually the attack. Just be quiet. You don't gotta say nothing. Ain't no defense for that.
Listen.
See, I told you ain't no defense for it, and you finna go try to defend it.
I said what I said. My Raiders won that game by the way, in the manner in which they won it. You know how they won the game. We both know how they won the game. You didn't want to call it because you was a Buck season ticket holder and you didn't want to tell the truth. We both saw what was happening. Oh, shoot. Speaking of Bucks, your boy just retired.
Yeah.
Shaq Barrett.
Shaq. He helped us get that Super Bowl.
Yeah, Shaq. Like I don't normally give Bucks players like a whole lot of superlatives, but everything that he went through, everything that he's been through, he deserves to be able to spend more time with his family. Like there shouldn't be anything said about him quitting on the team or none of that. Like he's been through. Anyone else would have quit the very next day. He has been through something no parent should ever have to go through. So I hope that he gets a chance to enjoy the second part of his life, to refine joy if he needs to find it. I wish all the best for him.
Yeah.
All the best for him because he has earned his retirement.
Bucks single season sack record. He had 19 and a half sacks. That's saying a lot with some of the D linemen that has come across Ray J. So he is a baller. Shout out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna listen, Banks. If you watching, I just want you to know, me picking Howard is based on them winning last year. It's not a slight to y'all. It is how I can't just knock the champion out without some major factor. Like the coach didn't change. There wasn't a major shift in style of play. None of that. I picked them based on what they did last year because I don't have anything to pick them off of. Also, all of the slander from Morgan State, as Dave Chappelle would say, it was Mooney.
This guy. It was me.
It was Mullo. Like TP has been sitting here very quiet. I have been trying to be very judicial. Mullo has took the chopper out and just commits the spraying.
Oh, I got more. I just
no. We're gonna move on. We got plenty of material. Plenty of material.
You don't want me to shoot, don't give me no gun.
It ain't so funny when the rabbit got the gun.
I'm just here to tell you.
All the stuff.
First of all, don't shoot the messenger. If there is any incorrect statements that I made, I will gladly apologize to Morgan State. But since I ain't gotta apologize for shit, because everything I said is factual, now what?
So all right. So oh my. So we gotta talk about your homeboy Dabu. Dabu was irked by the proposed roster changes of Division I. And basically saying that because the roster changes, so with football, they're going to limit roster between 105 and 110 players, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying that would eliminate walk-ons.
Which is literally the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They've been trying to attach their ass to Florida State for the last 8 months to go to the big team. You ain't worried about no walk-ons. You ain't. This is a good thing for FCS and HBCU schools because those players who have walked on or are number 15 on the freaking depth chart will now have incentives to look other places to play as opposed to just sitting on a roster with some special teams. Jesus, I'm trying to be good.
Let it go. Just let it go.
Dabo Swinney is the worst future Hall of Fame football coach we have ever seen in the history of football. By both his words, deeds, and actions.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, just based on the amount of success that they had, the program that he built in Clemson, pre-NIL.
Will we not agree though?
It's kind of hard for me to say that he would be the worst Hall of Fame coach in the mix.
He got to be up there because his whining and belly aching.
Just because you would know it don't mean he the worst.
What about Jimbo? What about Jimbo?
I mean, I feel like he put a great program together, and they won championship. Put countless quarterbacks into the NFL. Well, I ain't gonna say countless. I can count them, but you know what I mean.
He put something in there.
Didn't Taj Boyd make it for a little bit? But Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, 2 number 1 overall picks. Come on.
Both just got a bag.
Both just got paid. So the worst Hall of Fame coach, I don't know. I think that's saying a lot.
Good. Fuck it.
Okay, like, I see somebody pissed in your grits this morning.
I was just like, come on. Limiting the roster size, but also giving you the ability to pay players, because he said he wasn't going to pay players. $20 million across all athletics. That's the key, y'all. That's the key. Remember we talked about the possibility of Title IX issues across all athletics. $20 million with those roster size changes. His complaints are bullshit. I don't see him complaining about the fact that FCS schools, who will get none of this money, have to pay the house settlement. By the way, judge just threw out Texas Christians' appeal to not be a part of that settlement. The judge in Texas just threw that out. So there's that. He ain't standing up for nobody. He don't stand for anything. Remember, this is the man that famously told us that he built his program on name, image, and likeness, and it was in the name of Jesus, the image of Jesus. So, nigga, you think you Jesus? I said the N-word. Oh, God.
Shit.
That escalated quick.
That got dark. Jeez, my guy.
Listen.
This guy is crazy.
Of all the great South Carolina football coaches in the state of South Carolina, he ain't better than Buddy Pugh. I said what I said. Now, I'll digress. I shall digress.
You should.
I guess we know why we didn't get invited to ACC.
You literally dog every school in the ACC, but want to go to ACC Media Day.
Every one of them.
There ain't a team in the ACC I haven't heard you speak bad about. Even your alma mater.
I say good things about the Duke football team.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. They beat Miami. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I said good things about Georgia Tech.
Beating Miami ain't like, you know what I'm saying? That's not the standard, okay? Miami has not been the standard for years. I like to give credit where credit is due, but right now Florida State is the standard in the ACC. It was Clemson. Well, before, way back when it was the Big East, it was Miami, and then somewhere along the line, it was Virginia Tech got in the mix. Boston College had a good year with Matt Ryan, and then it was Clemson. Now it's Florida State. Tides change, as they say.
Again, it's back the way it's supposed to be. All is right with the world again. And we just picked up another 4-star receiver.
Who gonna throw in the ball?
Good question.
We have 2 quarterbacks that's in the mix right now. I want to. DJ U is gonna be gone. This is last year. DJ Uwe Ungalale. I said it. He's this year's starter, but there's a 5-star that's sitting back there. Hopefully, he's learning and watching, and be ready to go, because what happened last year can't happen again. But we got some quarterbacks in the mix that are going to do great things. We got defensive linemen coming down the pike that's ridiculous. And then on top of that, on top of all of that, that school in Gainesville, they were picked 13th in the SEC.
That high?
Do y'all know?
How many schools?
Make it to October. Their head coach might not make it to October.
How many schools in the SEC? 16, something like that.
Go ahead and see. All right. Preseason media poll.
$16.
16.
So you mean to tell me there are 3 teams that Florida is better than in the SEC? I don't think so.
So here's what's funny, right? They don't have a oh wait, I take that back. On their second team offense, Montrell Johnson is listed as second team All SEC. That's it. Predicted order finishes: Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU, Missouri, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Auburn, Kentucky, Florida, South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Vanderbilt.
Florida is not going to beat South Carolina. They are not beating them.
Miss Parker, that's why you watch. You watch because Marlo is gonna say something. Marlo is gonna say something.
What happened? What did I do?
What you always do. He'll be trying to look surprised.
Marlo will throw water balloons at the whole party. Get back in his car, act like he ain't do nothing.
Who, me? Little old me?
I just ask questions. That's all I do.
And I mean, they be valid questions. I'm not mad at the question.
Do y'all really think Florida gonna beat South Carolina?
I think Florida is gonna finish dead last in the SEC.
That's what I'm thinking.
Arkansas is better. Ole Miss is better. Mississippi State is better. Oklahoma better. Texas better. Georgia better. Hell, I like Auburn over Florida.
Me too.
Like South Carolina. I know it's a couple of teams I'm missing in there.
Vanderbilt.
Ain't Kentucky an SEC team?
Yes, they are.
They are. I like Kentucky's ground game. I couldn't remember whether or not they were SEC, but they build a team around the ability to you know, enforce their will, impose on other teams, and they've actually, that's the way that they build their program. Florida, there's no direction, and I think that's the problem. There's no direction. They don't have any identity.
Yeah, they do. Free wins over here.
Identity. They're losers. Them boot skin.
Come get your free wins over here.
Not free wins is the identity. I identify. Look, we're a football team, but we identify as a free win.
Oh shit. That's a good one. That's hey. And what's so crazy is I got family that are diehard Florida fans. And for the life of me, I don't know why.
I know why.
They like suffering.
As Danny Wright would say,
they like suffering.
They are willfully and woefully ignorant.
Shout out to Danny.
Willfully and woefully, because your team sucks.
Oh my God.
Like they go way back rooting for Florida. Like Florida wasn't even an option for me when I was coming out of high school because of how they used to do black athletes.
Yes.
On the football team.
Speak on it.
Like there was never going to be a black quarterback as long as Steve Spurrier was at the helm. Never. I don't care how talented. That's why when Tommy Frazier went to Florida and ran through them like Taco Bell at the late night when they were just scraping the beans, like when he did all of that, that was vindication.
Florida couldn't wait to get Chris Leak off the field.
Could not. That's why Tim Tebow kept running in there.
But they could not fucking wait.
They could not win without him.
But he led when he left the conference, he led them in all the passing statistical categories. All of them. But Baby Jesus was the dude that they wanted to promote.
You mean the quarterback that the quarterback coach in New England said, I can't even believe he's a pro, let alone a quarterback? That one?
You got to understand, Florida's offense was a power spread option. Like, that's the best way I can try to, explain their offense, to those that may not understand. They came out in a lot of strong formations, but then would spread them out and then run option. Because you can come out with two tight ends, a running back, and still have two wide receivers, but it'd be a condensed formation, and then you run the option. You could take one of those tight ends. Mind you, most of their tight ends have always been built like receivers. Even Kyle Pitts. He's just a tall receiver, and he runs like one.
Shit, when they had Aaron Hernandez.
He was only 6'1", 230. He was not built like a tight end. He was built like a strong wide receiver. And they used him in a way that maximized his skill set, which was run after the catch. You get him the ball, get him in space, he makes some moves, he make it happen. That was Aaron Hernandez's game. He wasn't the blocker, he wasn't a bruiser. He was a guy that can make plays after he caught the ball. And then you bring in guys like Percy Harvin, who was absolutely devastating with the ball in his hand. If he got the ball in open space, GG.
House call.
They had Conley. They've had a lot of speedy wide receivers, but the thing that worked with Tim Tebow was the fact that you had to respect his ability to run the ball.
So I need to get this off my chest because we've been saying a whole bunch of names. Fuck Ed Rett. Fuck Smith. Fuck Christian McCaffrey's daddy.
Daddy?
You don't like Ed?
No, I don't like Ed McCaffrey. I don't like none of them.
What Ed
Fuck
done to you?
Fuck Chris Lee. Fuck the mascot. Fuck the cheerleader. Fuck the second chair flute player. Fuck the ticket taker. Fuck all of them. It's go nose around here.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta let them know how you feel. You know? And that's where we at. He let them know. We are not cool.
No.
Wow. I can't believe you feel that way about a school.
I can.
Listen. What's sad is like I can't even fully embrace my hate because they so sorry. Like I don't have the hate that I used to have for Miami and Florida since the 90s because they've been sorry. Like it ain't like just, you know what, they've been having a rough go. They've been sorry. Miami can't sell out their stadium. Do y'all know the possibility that FAMU may have more fans at their stadium than UM fans? And here go the worst part, TP. These people buy the tickets and don't show up.
Damn.
Because I thought they wasn't buying tickets. I thought it was a money issue. And so I reached out to some people I know that are Ibis people, and they was like, no, they buy the season tickets. It's not a season ticket issue.
They just don't show up.
Showing up.
And I mean, what are we showing up to see?
That's that. I'm with you on that.
I tell you what, if I was a season ticket holder, and I'm gonna keep my season ticket because, for one, if you get put on the waiting list, you never know when you might get your season ticket back. So you don't want to give that up. You know what I mean? But if my team is doing nothing to win, I'm not showing up to every game. I'm not doing it. If they are showing me like I understand we fighting. You know, I can see that the front office is trying to build a winning organization, but if we're not doing that at that moment, then I'm just gonna not show up. I'll sell my ticket, and then if they don't go, then that's on them. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to keep showing up for teams that don't even want to show up for themselves.
Very well said. Like me, I have season tickets. Had them for a while. Even when my team was losing, I saw that they were trying to get better. They were making moves. Not all the moves they made, you know, was the right ones, but they were trying. They were making moves to build and get better.
Which is which is all you can ask for.
That's all you can ask for.
Try to win.
Try. Show some fight. Show some damn fight.
Somebody gonna have to show me some damn fight.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad you gotta be to be in Florida and your program still ass?
Florida Atlantic will walk into Gainesville right now and beat the brakes off of the Gators.
I love to see it. I love to see it. Oh God.
Florida ain't gonna play them.
No, they ain't. Because they know that they would lose.
Florida got. Hold on, they play somebody else. Let me look at their schedule. They play somebody else. I think they play UCF.
Yep, University of Central Florida will also walk into Gainesville.
They
with they ugly ass jerseys and beat the shit out of them. I ain't gonna lie, I hate UCF jerseys. It don't matter.
They play UCF October the 5th. Oh my God.
I hate jerseys that don't match.
Y'all think we can get me the credentials? Y'all think we can get me the credentials?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, anybody is gonna have to show me some fight, bro. If I'm gonna show
it
up.
Ain't gonna happen in Gainesville.
Probably
the only
not.
thing they fight down there is at the bar. That's the only fights going on down there.
Now,
fighting themselves.
They tailgate is on some other stuff.
Oh yeah, they got top-notch tailgate. I ain't gonna take that from them.
Now, when I tell you them folks be out there getting slizzard early, as soon as the parking lot open, they out there getting sloppy.
That's why it was called the greatest cocktail. What was it? The world's largest outdoor cocktail party?
Yep, that's what they called it.
They had to change the damn name.
All them damn DUIs they had out of Jacksonville. Oh God. I'm sorry,
crazy.
man. I want to apologize to the fans. There probably was a lot more topics we needed to get to. But it is also very important that we understand that we are who we are. And this podcast is a fans podcast. And sometimes your fandom will take over your body. Like, for instance, if we start talking about Oklahoma, it will get ugly in here. And I ain't trying to start nothing, but I think that the Texas Rangers should be playing for the Buccaneers because we already know Baker Mayfield can't run away from the Texas Rangers. So, I'm just saying.
The Texas Rangers?
Don't act like you don't know that. When he tried to run from the people, you're the star quarterback in Oklahoma. You can't run from the Texas Rangers. Oh, God.
Trying to escape authorities when you're one of the most known people is actually crazy.
Where was he gonna go?
Where's he going, sir?
He probably was just trying to go sober up a little bit.
Nah, fam.
Listen. Them players clearly were bigger defensive linemen than what they had at Texas A&M. And they ran him down real quick. It took them he didn't make the cone. Oh, God.
Well, he's never been a scrambler like that.
And when he does scramble, y'all season ends with him throwing picks to linebackers.
Oh, no. Wide open lobs to the other defensive back.
No, I'm talking about when he threw that pick to Barnes that ended the season. That's what I'm talking about against the Lions. This past year, that happened. Why? You had one more down. You did not have to do that.
Hey, Marlo, let's talk about it.
Marlo, no, because he said the same thing. He had one more down. It ain't
One more.
desperation yet.
Oh God. And you want to talk noise about my quarterback?
He never should have been in that situation.
Your quarterback throws
Defense
interceptions
should
in
have.
practice. We are not the same.
We are
My
not the
quarterback
same.
does not throw interceptions. Thank you very much. The quarterback
Okay.
situation has not been resolved. You're gonna get off my quarterbacks.
Okay.
Gardner, the
You
mustache.
need to get off your quarterback because you're already shopping for that.
Right.
I'm not wrong. We can all listen. You can always get better. Ain't nothing wrong
That
with
ain't
getting
getting
better.
better. Oh my God. Do I gotta explain that one too? How many playoff wins Dak done brought to Dallas?
I'll wait.
I can count on one hand.
Of what veteran leadership is gonna be available in slim
Veteran
pickings.
leadership. Hey, I guarantee you Joe Flacco gonna be looking for a job again. Bring in Smoking Joe.
Hey, y'all remember that time when I said that if Jim Harbaugh tried to be the head coach of Florida State, that I was gonna meet him at the plane? What y'all think if Joe Flacco become the quarterback?
As a matter of fact, Russell Wilson might be looking for a home this offseason.
So you just starting fights today, TP. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. I would rather give Sierra a uniform first.
Wow.
Damn.
She will be an excellent ambassador for the Raiders.
Wow. I don't even. That's
wrong.
so disrespectful.
Listen, don't disrespect my 1-2 step
on multiple levels.
Because when she get there, everybody gonna 1-2 step.
Oh, okay. Let me see your 1-2 step.
Y'all ain't gonna win no damn games.
Gonna win shit. No, they have a running game.
Really ain't gonna win that with Russell Wilson.
Y'all would do better than Gardner Minshew.
By far.
Tell me he's not better than Gardner Minshew when I get off of this podcast right now. I'm out of here. Tell me Russell Wilson is not better than Gardner Minshew.
I'm sorry.
I want to hear you say it.
I'm sorry. I honestly don't know.
What?
I honestly don't know. I don't.
You're being emotional.
I'm looking at the year he had in Denver. And he didn't make it halfway through the season.
At some point.
You're being emotional.
At some point we gotta wake up. At some point.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
That crazy.
My quarterback for no reason at all.
We got to wake up and smell the coffee.
How many playoff wins does Minshew have?
Actually, none.
So you trying to tell me?
Hold on, because he was in Jacksonville.
You really think?
I think he got one in Jacksonville. I don't know about the Colts. I don't, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he got one in Jacksonville.
When Jacksonville won a playoff game when Minshew was quarterbacking, I don't remember that.
So I gotta Google. Why is the first thing when I put in does Gardner Minshew and it says does he live in a van? What are we doing, people? What are we doing?
That's your quarterback, though.
He ain't even looking for no permanent place to stay. He know his ass ain't gonna be there long.
In a van is craziness, though. That is actually crazy.
Gardner Minshew is 1-0 in the playoffs.
1-0.
1-0.
That means
I'm sorry, he's 2-0 in the playoffs.
That means How many years has he been in the league?
No,
He's
he
been
wasn't
in a few.
playing in San Francisco. Really? He wasn't playing
No,
until so
so
he's 1-0 in the playoffs.
yeah, he's 1-0
So
as a
he's 1-0
starter
in the
in the
playoffs.
playoffs, and the job was handed back over to the starter the very next
Sorry,
week.
in playoffs.
Yeah, he won a wild card game. But last year, when he was the starter of the Colts, and all he had to do was throw a 4-yard pass to get his team into the playoffs. He threw the ball 4 yards behind them.
TP is using my own rant against me, y'all. He's using my own rant against me.
I'm just saying.
You know,
Like,
It's
what
a
are we
fact.
talking? Like, what are we talking about? If it's a fact, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings.
And you say you don't know if you would take him over Russell.
I really don't. Do you understand how much I watched so many Denver games and was absolutely confused by people kept saying, "Oh, he still got it. No, he don't. He don't got it no more.
He don't got it. I got it. I
Wow.
got it. He don't got it.
He don't got it no more. He not him. He not like that no more. And it's okay. He's been in the league a long time. It's okay to have diminishing skills when you've been in the league that long. People just need to be honest about it. Tom Brady had diminishing skills. They were honest about it and they adjusted accordingly. Also, fuck Tom Brady. That's not the point. There were
Tom
games
threw the ball over 40
fight.
times a game. For Tom Brady to have diminishing skills, he threw the ball more with the Bucks than he did when he was in New England.
And Marlo, what did you say about them passes he missed?
He didn't need to throw the ball that much. They should have been running the damn ball.
See, it's okay to have diminished skills. The coaching staff needs to work around a diminished skilled player. But the Steelers not doing that. The Steelers are saying, you got to prove you still got it, or we got this young boy back here ready to go.
Are they
All I'm
wrong
saying.
though?
No.
Every team should be doing that every season. If you're trying to win.
If you're trying to win.
So, but also,
if you're gonna be our quarterback, prove it.
Twitter, I really want y'all to let me be able to look at my Twitter feed everywhere I go in public. I can't. Oh my God, my Twitter feed is jacked up again. Absolutely jacked up. So I got to go on Band Patrol and get all these adult entertainment bots off of my Twitter feed.
I don't think I would have said that on the podcast.
Because I was about to share my screen and I couldn't share
No,
my screen.
no, we good, homie. You ain't gotta say that.
Cancel.
Wow.
I just that just took all the steam out all the wind out of my sails.
Pause.
I'm just gonna say something funny, and it just that yeah. Anyway, it's that time, y'all. I'm gonna let TP go first this week. I'm gonna let TP go first because he been kind of quiet today, but because Marlo been letting it go today. So I'm gonna let TP go.
I didn't do nothing.
Well, folks, we are officially 1 weekend away from football being back. The preseason starts. I can't believe it. You know, it's like the hotter it gets outside, the more I know football is on the way. Come to save the day. But in lighter news or somber news, the thing that's been transpiring with the Sonya tragedy is just another example of being black in America and not being able to trust the police.
Mm.
If you call them, there's almost no telling what can happen once they arrive at the residence. And I think we all need to, understand that they may not have your best interests at heart. We expect them to do a job, they're trained to do a job, and there are good cops. But do you want to take the chance with a bad one? So before you dial 911, you need to really think to yourself, is this really an emergency? Because you might be calling the emergency to your house. This was a situation where somebody was creeping around outside her house. There was documented, that she may have had some type of mental issues. But at the end of the day, she didn't deserve what happened to her. And this should never happen. So, I know it's still somewhat of an investigation, but he was arrested and charged with murder and condemned by his fellow police officers. So, take care of your family, take care of yourself. And yeah, we are in an election year. So pay attention to what's going on around you, because everything that's happening right now is somewhat tied to what's going on with the election. And with Joe Biden dropping out and Kamala stepping into the Democratic representative, we don't know what's going to happen over the next coming month. But we do know football is coming. We do know that. So we'll have that to fall back on. We're getting into the latter stages of the baseball season. So if you're a baseball fan, the playoffs are upon you. Teams are on their pennant race at the moment. So it's a very exciting time if you watch, if you're a baseball fan. Basketball has concluded summer league. Bronny showed signs that he is going to be somewhat decent in the NBA. Don't want to condemn somebody early in their career without giving them the opportunity to play. So there's a lot going on towards these latter months of the summer. So, enjoy yourself, stay hydrated out there, and take care of your family. But I see y'all next week, same time, same place.
Mullal, sir.
All right, y'all. It is that every 4-year event, the Olympics. It is upon us. Opening ceremony is tomorrow. You will be able to watch just about every conceivable activity. Like, they even got flag football as an Olympic sport now. So this is a good time to enjoy these events, because the best of the best, they train for 4 years to get to this point. So you're going to see peak athletes performing at their best. So I think this will be an Olympics to watch. We're going to definitely probably see some world records go down. Yeah, it's a good time. And I'm with TP. Take care of your family. Make sure you check in. Everybody is definitely going through something. Just a phone call, hey, what's up? Just thinking about you goes a long way.
Absolutely.
So my rant this week is gonna be a little long-winded. It's gonna be some joy, it's gonna be some pain, but it's gonna end up in love. But like I say, always lead with love. So first off, again, I want to thank everybody that sent prayers for my mom. I tried to respond to all of them. They were heard. I went from probably absolute pits to feeling better. And today is probably one of the first days that I could kind of breathe for a little bit until I realized that I own property in South Carolina, which is crazy. So for that, everybody, thank you. I appreciate that. So Howard, I'm not putting my hand on the scales or nothing like that. It just seems like y'all got a lot of special stuff going on. It might be y'all time. No shot to any other programs, like something special going on at Howard. Something special going on with them ladies in that pink and green. We watching. We got y'all. We going to the polls. I ain't finna make a big deal about it, but we right here. We locked in. To the University of South Carolina. So a kid commits to Florida State less than an hour away from y'all in your feelings? You do know you're South Carolina, right? You know you're South Carolina, right? You like this much better than Clemson. What you complaining for? Y'all should be happy he even considered y'all. But it's okay, we got it. We got it. We send special kids to the league. It's okay. We got it. We got it. And I know I didn't talk about that university on the highest of 7 hills, and no slight to that school in Alabama that say they got the highest hill. Y'all have a mountain. You are literally a part of a mountain range. It's not a hill. The two are not the same. But that Seminole, that's the head coach at FAMU. I feel like running back cozy is a thing. I feel like something special is in the air. I feel like I'm going to be in Atlanta again. This time with Big Sister fur coat. This time, I'm going to be in Atlanta with my fur coat too. Yep. All white fur. I'm going to be in Atlanta doing my thing. I don't care what Mama say. Ankles out. Lotioned up. Cocoa butter even. We out here. Number 18. Let's go. That is my time. I'm sure Marlo got something to say about my ankles.
Oh my God.
From the guy Old Men Podcast.
The absolute foolishness, though.
The absolute foolishness. That is just crazy. Oh my gosh.
What is the issue?
You are a whole grown ass man and you are talking about having your ankles out. That shit ain't been cool since the 90s.
You a hater.
What are you gonna have a
national
penny
championship
loafers with the
on the
penny
way?
doodle? Oh shit.
Oh, y'all be blessed. Again, thank y'all for all y'all words of
What?
love. Wait.
What shoes do you wear to have your ankles out?
Stacey Adams, what are we talking about?
No socks. No socks. No socks needed.
Oh shit. Okay, you may step down. You answer my question.
Again, for everybody, to all the fans of Gathering Old Men Podcast, myself, TP and Marlo, we are out. Also, you can buy socks that come up right to the ankle but don't show. Yeah, they call no-show socks. And your ankles can still be out.
Also, the name of our podcast is Gathering the Old Men, but we ain't that goddamn old. When you got to wear Stacey Adams without socks.
Hate. Absolute hate.
You gonna have all kind of coins on your damn. You going to a football game with Stacey Adams on.
We out, y'all. For real this time.
Oh shit.